how to sell more books and get in front of more new readers. Now, at the moment I'm going through a wonderful audiobook by Russell Brunson, and it's called Traffic Secrets. It's actually a collection of 3 books, but the book I'll be only discussing here is the Traffic Secrets one, and I'll only be speaking about a small part of it. I highly recommend you do actually grab a copy of it and listen to it a couple of times. There's a lot of wisdom in it. Now, in the Traffic Secrets book, Russell says over time platforms change, and you will find that probably when a new platform comes along, it's free to use, you'll probably have easy access to your audience, but over time, as happened on Twitter and Facebook and a lot of these platforms, as they grow bigger and bigger, you will find paid advertisement comes in, and you will have to kind of pay for your slot to get yourself in front of your audience. So, as Russell says, over time, unfortunately, the average person gets pushed out because the major corporations take over the advertisements. You know, if you imagine in Facebook, it'll probably come to a stage where it'll be the large corporations that will take over Facebook and all the advertisements there. So you'll have people like Coca-Cola, you'll have people like McDonald's and all those big companies who have kind of unlimited purses. They can just keep throwing millions and millions of dollars into the advertisement. Half of the time they don't actually care if it works or not. Basically all they want to do is get in front of that audience and have their name showing up again regularly. So it's kind of at the forefront of their customers' mind. So it'll probably come to a stage that me and you will probably be pushed out of Facebook. It'll get too expensive and you won't be able to advertise there. So if you are advertising there at the moment, be aware it could happen to you in the future. You may be squeezed out of it because the ads will just get too expensive and you won't be able to make a profit on what you're looking to do. Now, what Russell recommends you should do is something that is evergreen. It's something that you can put into place today, and it doesn't actually cost you a penny. Now, it is a little bit slower than the paid advertisements. Okay, so what is it? Well, he recommends you should come up with a Dream 100. Now, what he recommends you should do is come up with a list of 100 people who are speaking to your audience, who have maybe your audience's ear or their eyes, and become friends with them. Now, again, he says you should come up with 100 people. Now, for a lot of people, that is probably a daunting list. So maybe we just narrow it down today. How about you come up with a list of 20 people that has your audience's eyes and ears? So what you would do is you would follow those people, you would get involved in their communities, you would show up there regularly, you would offer advice, you would maybe share the posts and all those different things, but you would show up regularly in their content. Now, you will find over time, you will find some people will show up regularly. Again, they will like your content, they'll share your content, and you can't help but notice it. You can't help that this person has been helpful. And what Russell says, you should do that regularly. Become a part of the community, help out, do whatever you can. Don't ask for anything in return. Just give of yourself over and over and over again. And you will find then, when it comes time, maybe to ask them for a favour, maybe to ask them to, speak about your book in a podcast, maybe if they could share maybe a blog post of yours or something like that. Eventually it'll come to the kind of law of reciprocation, because you have been such a good person to them and you have never asked for anything with all the work you've done. Eventually it'll come to a point where they'll feel obliged to help you out, and they'll feel obliged to maybe talk about you in a podcast, maybe write about you in a blog post, maybe allow you maybe to guest post on their blog or whatever, but they'll give you a chance to get in front of their community. And you will find then what you can do is you'll be able to siphon some of their community over to your platform and into your community, and then you can grow your followers, you can grow your Facebook page likes and all those different things. So what you need to do is, as I said, 100 probably seems like a lot and it'll probably stop you in your tracks right now, but think for a moment, who has your audience right now that you would love to get in front of? Come up with a list, have a look at their Facebook pages, like their Facebook pages, join their Facebook groups, follow them on Twitter, Pinterest, Instagram, and whenever they post something, comment on it, share it, but show up there regularly. And as I said, when you do show up regularly, it's very hard not to notice somebody who is kind of active in your group, and it will come to a stage that when you do it freely for so long, when you do ask for an opportunity for them to advertise your book or talk about you, or maybe give you a slot on their blog or whatever. But to get in front of their audience, they'll automatically say yes, because you have already given so much yourself that it's very easy for them just to, do the same. Now, again, you'll not find everybody that will, you may find maybe not everybody will when it comes to favour time. Maybe you might find people who won't do that, but you will find that people in that community will notice you. If I went into somebody's Facebook group today and I had spent maybe half an hour every day helping people out, for example, maybe if the community leader or the admins weren't showing up, if I showed up there regularly, if I helped out, if I answered questions, if I directed people to different things, and I didn't ask, I didn't put in my own links, I didn't do anything like that, you will find people will probably click on that link, maybe on your little picture on your Facebook, and they'll come over to your page just to see what you're like. And you will find that you will automatically kind of silently siphon those people over to your community, even if you don't get the nod from the leader of the group or the person who you're trying to get interested in you. You will find that people will automatically go to you because they might be waiting around for somebody to answer the question. Again, in a lot of these groups, unfortunately, somebody gets too big, they can't be there every day, they've got maybe thousands of followers, but you can be that helpful person, giving your 5 pence worth or whatever. And as I said, you're going to, even in your own case yourself, if you did find somebody who did help you out, there probably is a curiosity factor. You'll probably say, well, I wonder what this person actually knows, and they'll go over to your Facebook group, they'll maybe click through to find your Instagram feed or whatever, but you can kind of siphon those people off. So today, come up with your Dream 100 or your Dream 20. Who is speaking to your audience right now? Now, go to communities where there are a lot of activity. There's no point in going to a group where maybe somebody has maybe 1,000 followers, and when you get into that group, you only find that Facebook post is only liked every so often, not too regularly. Go where there's kind of active community. Again, another good place to go to is forums. If you find a forum that is, is kind of centered around whatever it is you're looking to do. So if you're into dog training, or if you're into writing, or you're into romance books or something like that, have a look at the communities there, active communities, and again, get in there, share some work, help people out, give some advice and all those different things. But keep an eye on your web stats too. When you do actually do that after a while, have a look and see, is it actually working? Is certain groups clicking on you, coming over, or is it a waste of your time? So try that out for a while, be helpful to people, and as I said, you will find people will automatically filter over. Even if you don't get recognised by the group leaders or whatever, the people in the group will look to you for help and advice, and there's probably a good chance they will come over, they'll join your list, and in the future then you can advertise your books to them or your courses or whatever. So as Russell says, that is an evergreen thing. It's free to do. The only thing that is going to cost you anything is actually your time, showing up regularly. Even if you set aside an hour a day, well, that is the one thing you can do. You can work away on building your community and those lists in that hour. So try that out today. As I said, it's cheap, it's free, you don't have to spend any money on Facebook ads or whatever. And as I said, things do change in the future. It will probably get dearer to advertise on these platforms, and you can wait around for that, or you can actually put all this stuff into action right now and see how it goes. So again, this is only kind of part of the stuff that's mentioned in that audiobook. And if you do want to kind of find out more, I highly recommend you grab a copy of Traffic Secrets by Russell Brunson. Give it a few listens and it'll probably make everything probably all clearer than I have said it, but it will kind of put you in the right footing and you will know what to do in the future. So I hope you found this podcast episode, a little bit helpful. I hope maybe it's pointed you in the right direction. If you are finding maybe that ads and stuff like that aren't profitable anymore, how can you actually get in front of your readers? I hope I've helped some of you out, or maybe directed you to a better resource that you can have a look at. And as always, if you'd like to ask me a question, or if you'd like to reach out, just send an email to barryjmcdonald@gmail.com. And if you'd like to find out more where this content is, you will find it all over the web, videos, podcasts and articles and everything. Just do a search for WriteCome, WriteCome.com, and you'll find the content all over the web. And at the moment we have a great free report on the WriteCome site, which is called Words to Wealth, and in it I'm going to show you 10 different ways you can make money from your keyboard. So if that intrigues you and you'd like to try it out, head head over to WriteCome, download the free report, and again, let me know how you get on with it. I'd like to see how, what worked for you and what didn't, or maybe what I could change in the report. But head on over, download the free report, and let me know how you get on with it. And as always, thanks for sharing your time again today. Have a great day. Bye bye.